Aw, look at that. Looks like a little fisheye. Alrighty, we're gonna paint some Bugatti pieces, and what I mean Bugatti pieces is we're gonna paint the fender skirts. On this one right here, as we're doing this video, what I plan on doing is going through my whole process of how I would get something ready to paint, or the most reasonable way that I can. I'm gonna go through that process with you. Why not? I probably have before, but I'm gonna do it again while I'm painting, because what else have I got to talk about while I'm doing this? I'm gonna get a broom or a mop and sweep that around. Where'd the mop go? I had it last probably, so I should figure out where it's at. But who knows? Here's right here. Colton's in today, doing a fine job, sanding the doors down with 400 right at the present moment, guide coating them. And the reason he's out there sanding is because, like I said, we're going to start painting the Bugatti, and I want to paint all the pieces to the car separately. That means doors, fender skirts, hood, trunk, everything's going to get painted separately. Everything I want to do is hang it up like this, because that way there I feel like I will get less dirt if I hang it up. I will get the dirt that's floating around in the air, but I will not get the dirt that's laying down on, you know, as you paint a hood, the hood is laying down. We're not going to paint it that way. We're going to paint it standing up. Like I said, for less dirt. So, as I'm doing this, I generally wet the floor down just to keep the dirt down. I like the mop, because the mop kind of gets all the dust, or most of it. Cord doesn't matter at the minute. Haven't done much with the paint room, because the paint room, what can I say? I feel like I can blow it off, and the more I blow it off, the more problems I'll have. That's what I feel. Don't know if that's true or not. I could lay a tarp down. Not doing that. Not doing that. So the fender skirts have been ready for a while, but what has happened, we just kind of let them set with the primer on them to let them heal the best they could. And now that they're healed, we're going to start trying to paint maybe something every day, hopefully. And for a couple weeks, or for a week or so, we'll paint something every day. That way there, I'll feel like I'm getting it done, or getting all the pieces done. And then we'll go from there. So, it's going to wet down the floor. Let's go through the process. When I do body work, that there is body fill. I sand body fill with 40 grit, and then I sand it with 80 grit. I'd sand that with 40, I sand that with 80. Then I prime it. Basically, what Colton out there is sanding the primer on the door. So after 80 grit, I would prime it. When we sand and do that, then we fix all the places that we need fixed. And then we prime it again. When we prime it again, we go from 220 guide coat to 400 to guide coat. And then we're into the paint room. That's the end of it. I got 4 kinds of sandpaper. 40, 80, 220, and 400. And we're just painting a urethane paint. We're not painting a base clear. I've said it many times, this is one color. It can be buffed if it wants to be. It's the most reasonable paint that I've found. And that's what we're going to use, the exact same thing on this. We're also going to use a brand new gun. We had a brand new gun when we painted the pieces for the motorcycle. But I'm going to leave that for the motorcycle. This one's going to be for the Bugatti. I'm not going to have to clean it or worry about anything. I'm just going to go for it. Now, I'm going to shut some doors. Nope, I'm going to do this. Let's squirt these down. Now that they're in here, I have a process of getting them clean for paint, and I use Windex. It's blue, I just got it in a spray jug, but I use Windex, and I'm going to spray them down and clean them off. Let's do that. Spray them down, clean them off. And all I really want to do is make sure they're clean. Just want to make sure they're clean. Reason I use Windex is because I wanted to paint a car one day, or some pieces. I can't remember which is which it went. I wanted to paint something, obviously, but I had no wash down, and that stuff, when you buy it, it costs you money. They don't give it to you. So I decided to go to the house, and I said, why can't I use Windex? It cleans windows. And why can't I use that? So ever since I've been painting this stuff, cars and all that thing, I use Windex. Whether it's a, big dollar pay job, or if it's not a big dollar pay job, I use all the same stuff. It works, and I use what works, and then I just stick with it. Wipe that down again. It's not what can I say? I haven't got a major complicated process. It's a basic process. 2 kinds of paper to sand your filler. 2 kinds of sandpaper to sand your primer. A $15 gun to take off. What? Why wouldn't it be? Well, it'll smell good after it's painted, if it's pine sol. We don't want that, I don't think. But we're just going to leave it like that for a minute. Jolene says she smells pine sol. I put deodorant on before I come up. That's not it. We're good. We're good. Clean them up a little bit. Make sure to wipe everything off. Make sure it's all dissipated. I guess the harder part sometimes is just to get it so it will hang, so you can paint it. Hope for the best on this stuff. And I hate to say it, if you're going for a real fancy paint job, it never generally comes out of the gun the first time. A lot of people paint their car 2 and 3 times to get what they want. Let's face it. You finish it when you're happy with it. If I'm not happy with it, I'll do it again. I think that we'll be happy with it. Or I'd like to be happy with it. It looks really good and nice and smooth and shiny. Jolene said, nope, do it again. So here I am doing it again. Better safe than sorry. She didn't like the idea of the smell of the car smelling good. There's stuff that we spray on the cars to clean, makes the car smell good, isn't it? There's stuff that does that. Using urethane paint, 400 dry is what we did, 400 dry. I generally don't go wet sanding things, and the reason I don't like wet sanding things, because I find it makes a mess sometimes. But I'll give it a what can I say? I'll give it an A for holding down dirt. Like once you've wet sanded something, it holds down the dirt a little bit better than dry sanding. You still see they're wet, so I got to dry it off more. See they're wet? Hard to do. Wants to move on me. I'm thinking that we're okay. I'm thinking that that other one we sprayed, I sprayed down the Indian pieces, the bike pieces with, I'm thinking. But it might not be. They look nice and smooth and straight, I'll give it that. So we're starting to paint Bugatti pieces. Every piece will be painted separately. every piece that we can, we'll hang it up to make it better on ourselves. Now, once we get that done, let's get the door pulled down. That's one heavy door. One heavy door. All right. Let's get. Haven't got no paint sticks. We love that sparkling water, do we not? Sparkling, bubbly, whatever you want to say it. Now, the mixture of the paint says on the side of the can it's 4-1-2, 4 parts paint, 1 part reducer, and 4 parts paint, 1 part hardener, and 2 parts reducer. Okay, so I'm going to make myself a cup. Make myself a cup or a paint. So we'll use 1/2 inch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And 1 hardener and 2 reducer. What? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 2. Okay, see this? I know that I get more reducer and I get a little touch more hardener. I do not mind that because the paint is just a little bit thinner. As I look out in the sun, then I can see my marks. And I'll just put it in there and I'll go up to the mark and that'll be it, I guess. I don't know, I can't make it any more simpler than that. I haven't got the stick, so that's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna filter that. Right, baby? We'll filter that first before we pour it in the paint gun. I'm gonna open this bad boy up. First time this has been opened up in a long time. I think I sprayed what I sprayed with it. I sprayed the wheels. It's already been shaken. And we've got a full can. I don't know how I sprayed the wheels, but we got a full can. I wonder if I shook that long enough. Think I did? Because it's been sitting there for quite a while. It'd be nice if I had a stick that I could put in it, but I haven't. It looks good. Nope, I've been into it because you can see the top of the can. Yeah, I've been into it. Look. Let's do it. Right there. If you want to come to the other side, you can see how I'm going to. I always do everything so sketchy. There she be. All her paint and glory. So hopefully we can paint maybe some doors tomorrow. We have to go get more rivets. Do not know what's going on there yet. Do not have a stir stick yet. Right there, look. Dust free. Perfect. Just a little bit of primer on. Wonderful. There's your color right there. Put that right there. Let's get a paint stick to get paint gun together. Going to use a brand new one. And why wouldn't we? If I have not showed you the paint guns before, if you're new, I don't know if you're new or not, but Jolene bought me a bunch of guns way back when they were $15 a piece. And I hope I have enough guns to do me for a while. As I'm doing one gun for spraying for the Indian, the motorcycle, one gun for Jolene's Bugatti. I'll just keep them with each one just write on the cover of that what it's for, and we'll just keep going that way. That way there, everything has its own gun, its own purpose. I don't have to clean everything. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to throw them away just because I painted something with them. They're going to be primer guns next, I guess, or I'll paint something else. I definitely will use them right to the end, because that's the kind of guy I am. So when the filter gets plugged up in these little guns, take the filter out and use it with no filter. Hope that makes sense. If you haven't got one, take it out. Let her go through. Put the filter in the top. Pretty basic little gun. Give me my trigger. I'm happy with that. I'm going to take the filter off the end because I like still filter so I don't get oil or anything going through the gun. Let's put this on the ground or in the garbage. Paint's mixed. So I'm going to run a little thinner through that first. And the reason I want to run a little thinner through that, because sometimes there's a little bit of grease for packing. You know what I'm trying to tell you. That little stir stick is gone. Going to run it through real quick. Get the nozzle on straight. You also can turn that nozzle the other way, make it spray this way if you want, and spray the other way. You can do that. Especially if you're spraying a building down this way, turn the nozzle the other way, make the fan go, right? Can if you want to. It's up to you. I'm going to hold it to the gun, spray the rest of it, or to the air, excuse me. Nice, beautiful day here today. Got the red, black, just got the old Ford Coupe that we bought, the one from Ontario, just got that out the other day, hadn't had that run in a long time. And got the 38 Ford out, got the 50 sitting there, got a little bit of each color. It's nice to look at that color, I like color, I love color, makes me happy, makes me happy. Got paint on me just like that, touch the can. Then I'm going to touch Jolene, she's going to say, what did you do? And I said, I touched you because I adore you. Huh, Sparkles? Yeah, let's do this. Let's get a filter going. You're right. I could have a paint suit on. I could do all kinds of stuff, but I sure do like getting things done. I guess it doesn't have anything to do with it getting done. I just feel like sometimes I go through all that process to do the really good job, and sometimes it really doesn't even matter in the end. It doesn't even matter. Like them fenders and fairings for that motorcycle, you would never get no better job if you took it to $1 million shop. You know, it's smooth, it's shiny. I don't know what more you want, unless you polished it and I don't know. Let's do this. Let's go and spray some paint. Am I forgetting anything? Nope. She says nope. Look there, nope. Yeah, we'll have some doors to paint soon. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in there with the air hose, hook my gun to it. I got paint on my hands. Probably should wash my hands right quickly. Just want to wash my hands quickly. Gonna go get that Windex. Just right back. Gonna wash my hands. So when I go to wipe them down, I'm good. I just want to feel if there's dirt on it. I generally, I like a tack rag, but I generally don't go to a tack rag because I like to put my hand on it, see if there's any dirt on it. And if I don't put my hand on it, there's no way possible I can tell if there's dirt on it if I don't put my hand on it. There's no way possible. If I put a tack rag on it, yes, I put a tack rag on it, but you can't tell what the tack rag's picking up without your hand being there. So I like to run my hand on the panels that I paint so it gets rid of the dirt. Hoping. Let's do it. Paint Bugatti. Jolene, is there anything you'd like to say? She won't let me touch the camera. Get away from me, she says. Get away from me. She's in her paint suit. She says, no way.
That's like glass. Like glass. Gotta paint them. Nice. I'm going to do the edges first.
I'm going to do all the way around the world first. I always forget to do that, but I'm going to do it on this one. Waste a lot of paint doing the edges.
But it's got to be done. Doors are all open, not sucking air. You know what I mean? Let's shut this door and see what happens.
I feel like the paint room isn't sucking out any airs because we got these doors wide open. Also, just a second. I'll just go down, pull it down slow. He's doing good. Them felt really nice. And for hanging them, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get rid of dirt, like, basically. And I'm thinking that went really well. They felt probably smoother than anything I've ever painted, you know? They felt really good. Excuse me. Wow. Why so much paint in there, I wonder? It's not pulling any paint out. Doesn't seem like it is. I'm just going to go this way and see if any paint's even coming out of the fan. Or what car it's landing on. Huh? These are all stuck shut. No wonder. Now it's coming out, eh? The things were glued shut. Nice. Here we go. Sometimes you got to take that extra little peek, I guess. You know, if I wouldn't have just sat there and waited, not took a look, we'd still have paint in the paint room, and then it causes texture to lay back down on the paint. If it was laying down on its face like this, all that paint that oversprays in there would lay down on the face of it. Where I've got it laying up and down, I'm hoping that it's good. I'm hoping that it's drawing out the paint now like it should be. Oh, you want to win? More welcome. Another cupful. We're going to need it. We're going to need it. Oh, that one hasn't got any see-through on it. See if I can go get a see-through one. Just for the white, is that all? Must have been a different year. These your mother's cups or Jack's? Jolene's mother used to give me cups. Jack gives me cups. Mix some more paint because we know we'll need it. We'll probably go 3, maybe even 4 coats. Maybe. I doubt it, but maybe. I need my window to see my paint. How you doing? Sanding. He says sanding. There we go. Let's do it. Let's give her another little drink. Get. Spill it. Nope. Just on me fingies. I'm feeling like that will do the whole car if we, go about it right. We might need more. Make sure you don't hit those, if you tape the hinges up if you have to, Colton. Please and thank you. I like my paint thin. Goes on, nicer texture, as you can tell. I haven't got no shell. Any paint coming over here? You smell any paint coming over here?
I know.
Got to be careful. That paint, can.
This when you start taking the other door apart.
We will. This one gonna make it?
I think so.
Woo! Yeah. It's gonna make it. And what I mean by make it is gonna be, we're gonna able paint it. You know what I mean? There's nothing to be fixed. That's a good thing. And we're gonna hang them up on the exact same thing we hang the fender skirts on, and we'll paint every edge of it. And then we put them on that car. It's getting closer, Jolene. It's getting closer, baby. It's getting closer. I don't know what others say than that. I think we're done mixing paint because there's still paint left in that. Nope, just gonna leave that like that. Gonna take a walk in, see what's going on. All right, come in here. Oh, touch here. Still get a little wet. Touch here. It's getting close. Close. All right, I stuck my finger in this, but it's getting close. Not a what? Amazing. Well, I shouldn't say that. Aw, that looks like a little fisheye. Doesn't it? Son of a... That could have been on that. Oh. First coat. Let's let it dry. We're going to let this dry. So we're going to be a little bit, I'm going to let this dry before I take off and do it again. Look, get another one down here. See, that's what? Pause. And that's basically right now. That bothers me a little bit because I don't know why. Whatever. Not sure why, but it got mixed up. If we have pine sol, I couldn't smell it, but the paint looks. Everything's so smooth, and that's the issue when you start doing something like this. You get them little divots in the divots. You can't, it's hard to get them out because you have to sand down so far, but we're going to let that really dry before we do anything. I'm going to let it dry, and then we're going to, I'm not sure. I might even just put a dry coat on it and try to get over top of it and then lay the paint on it. So I might come in and do that. That's probably what I'll do, is I'm going to come in and I'm going to flash a coat on really quick. And the reason I'm going to flash a coat on really quick is hoping that the texture will jump to the next piece to cover it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm trying to say? Like it will stay there maybe? I'm not sure what to say. I'm not sure what to say. Getting fisheyes in it, sort of. Not sure if this had pine sol in it. I don't know why we got it up here with Windex in it, but. What? The house. The house. You washed them down with that? Yeah, so did I, but it come from the house. We used the container for the house. We were cleaning the house and I know where it come from. Alright, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go and spray a quick one on there. I'm just going to use what's there. Nope. Hard call, because I'd really like to see it come out nice. Whether I have to paint them again, I still want to see it come out nice. And that sort of stuff can be dealt with. I guess it's just all in how you go about it. I'm going to go and touch it one more time, just to make sure just to take up a little bit of time, touch the paint. Good. Yeah. I'm going to come in and I'm going to come in and blast that really fast. I'm not going to put anything on wet. I'm just going to blast it really fast and hope I can put a dry coat of paint on it to cover those places. I want paint in those little places that don't have paint is what I want. I don't know if I can get it in it or not. But that's what I'm going to try to do. Yeah, we're fine.
Let's see it, see if we can see it, and when we're done, okay? Let's see if we can cover it. And see it a little bit. Just trying to keep you know, we're gonna paint on to cover any of them. See them right there? Trying to cover them up. This one hasn't got any, has it? That one hasn't got any? You see any of that? Watch it up. See any? I just tried to cover those up. Just sitting up, I gotta, can't keep hitting it. Just gonna leave it like that for a minute.
They didn't seem to be getting bigger, so it's very minute. And that wasn't a full coat of paint. That was just a blow-by really quick, quite far away, trying to get the paint to cover them spots, basically. We'll let that dry, because you can see I didn't use much paint. Like, you know, I didn't use much paint in there. I don't think I did anyways. But we'll wait till that dries, and then we'll go in wet again. So now that we got a dry coat on there, sort of, then we'll go wet again. Hopefully that'll work. You know what I mean? Staying strong. That's gonna be the worst ever. I can always daub it with paint, just like we're doing with the car. If something like that happens, it's a complete color. It's just a little tiny daub of paint and sand it off with like a 2000 or something like that, and just polish it back up with nothing. It's so minute that I can't find it until I get in here and start staring at it, but it's that minute. Can you see it on your camera, can you? Or can you? Yeah, right there. Little tiny thing. Like it's bigger, it's smaller than the head of the pen, is it not? Yeah. Seems like it wants to spread and get bigger, doesn't it? Wish it would buzz off. This one here is pretty decent. We'll just leave it be. Basically just let it dry. That's all we can do. And like whether it's a clear color, we could set it down and put a little, nothing to it, just like doing the primer, exact same thing. What do you think, sweetheart? It's Bugatti time. It's dry. I'm going to put another coat on it. I'm going to take you in. I'm going to put a wet coat on it.
Let's do it.
I said wet.
Just looking to see if it's wet. Oh, she's wet.
Will you love me again if they're gone? I thought that was a pretty good wet coat on that. You can see how much we were up to here, so we used a pretty good size gun full of paint there on that. It's nice and wet right now. I can't see any dirt in it. It's shiny as far as I can see. I'm just looking down the side of it and trying to see if it's shiny. I can't tell straight on. I have to get to the side to see if there's any dryness in it. It doesn't look dry right now. Does it look dry to you at all in any place? What we're going to have to do is we're going to just wait till the dust dies down, and then we'll go in and see if we see anything again. And then if it's still there, we'll have to repair after. Well, actually, I'm going to put another coat on. We've got 2.5, I would say. Well, I'm going to put another coat of paint on those. But if we have to repair it, we'll just put a little droplet of paint in it after, buff it off with like a, I don't know, 2000 grit, and then polish it back up. If you were going that way, hard to say. Cross my fingers that it's covered. Jolie's got her toes crossed that it's covered. One more coat, going to let it dry, see what it looks like, and do it again. Fourth coat, third coat, how do you want to call it? What do you want to call it? Wait, what? 3.5? 3.5. Let's do it. Let's do another one.
I want to get a little bit of paint. Just going to use that. See if I can get it sprayed, and we'll go from there. One little pucker right now.
One little pucker right there. Like I said, one. The rest of them I think are Alberido. Got one little pucker down there. It would be noticeable too, right down there, you know what I'm saying? Fix it. I might do, I'm not sure if I do any more or not. Looks nice, don't it? Does it look nice? Yeah, I might just leave it there. I could keep burying it and burying it and burying it, but let's get all the stuff all painted. I think that I probably should have went over the edges. Like, I got the edges all good, didn't I? So basically what I'm going to do is, what I think I'm going to do, I wish I never buried that paint on that little corner. You know what I did? You know what it did? It just made that pucker a little bit bigger. You know, I mean, it's pretty small, but it was really small before I went and added more paint to it. You watch me add more paint to it at the end, and what it done is it just puckered more, basically. But anyways, hoping that the paint will stay there. I think I'm just going to shut it down. I've only got a little tiny bit of paint in there. That's all I would waste, is that little much in the gun. That makes me happy. No sense getting out more. So the fender skirts to the Bugatti are painted. We have one little teeny spot way down there. We'll see what happens. But tomorrow the doors should be ready. Colton's got one of the doors ready. We should be able to have the other door ready and something else. I want to hang them exactly like we did the fender skirts. And no pine saw. No pine saw. We're not using pine saw no more. We'll wash it with something that smells good, not clean it with something that smells good. All right, come back tomorrow and we'll be painting something or priming something on the bike or the Bugatti. So we have two projects on the go, and tomorrow there's someone new coming in he seems like he's really excited. He wants to go for it, and I'm going to give him a shot, maybe a couple days a week, see how he goes. I'm basically going to get him to play with the bike there a little bit, get the two-stroke running and do all that stuff, maybe tear it apart and help me there. Let's face it, you know, doing the work and doing all that is enough, I guess, and trying to get this car ready. I don't think I'll offer to build anybody a car ever again, and I'll tell you why. It's a lot of work. Come back tomorrow and I'll be here. I'll be here.